Pretty crazy day. Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking shit Tuesday. Every Sunday we talk shit about car-related subject matter. Today we're going to talk about the news that the Whipple tune on Mustangs has been indexed on HP tuners. What that means is now you can open it, edit it, and shove it back in the car in an editable fashion. And we have learned something that this chat has, and I have talked about on this chat for a long time. For 2 years, Whipple got away with telling you that, hey, just buy your kit, put the tune in, it's just going to run 8s, you know? And we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. Then data logs started coming out, and I'm seeing some things that looks like this is more of a custom situation than something you would provide as a kit tune. There's two types of tunes, right? There's a type of tune that is EPA compliant, which now really doesn't matter. And there are other types of tunes that are more aggressive, stage 2, stage 3 tunes. And I suspect that a lot of people were getting saucy stuff. And after seeing some data logs that were pretty dangerous, I thought, I need to see this once it get indexed. And sure enough, once you start opening these files, which anyone can do right now, if you have access to it, once you start seeing reads and all this stuff, you're like, oh, they were tuning the thing. It's not like it's one tune for all. It was customized stuff. And it's pretty interesting that this chat was right all along. We'll talk about that. We'll spend our time on that specifically because it encompasses a lot of things that are going to happen now that this tune and other tunes, because once they index this tune, they move on to Roush, they move on to other tunes, and then you'll have actual experts tuning your car. People that understand it. People that tell you a 55-pound injector was fine on E30 at 14, 15, or 20 pounds of boost. Make me laugh. They fancy themselves tuners. You're a customer service rep. Please shut up. And now that it's been indexed, you have been absolved of that position. So we'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
It sucks. You know what does not suck? Is PMAS. Nick James, PMAS. If anybody tells you that a JLT tuned on a car and his car's constantly stalling, it's not the JLT's fault. They have not tuned enough. Plain and simple. PMAS, Nick James, PMAS. Best cold air intakes on the planet. Nobody else matters. If you are still stuck in JLT land, fuck you and your mother. Get yourself a PMAS cold air. DNAP Performance, DNAPperformance.com. Get your PMAS cold air intake from there. 4 Innovations fuel systems. Now that the new Mustangs have 2 fuel pumps, shit, 4 Innovations is going to be selling you $4,000 fuel systems that take 80 weeks to show up to your house. But you know what you'll get really fast? Booty pics. That's right, booty pics. Parts Farm, partsfarm.com. Partsfarm.com. Get your used Mustang, Camaro, F-150 Charger parts there. Check them out. If you want some used goodies, hashtag YDBT at checkout, or text Rob if you don't get the discount implemented in there. 2 out of Solution. Robbie's got out. He's got all the Puerto Ricans waiting for Whipple shit. They got performance package Mustangs with 355s waiting on some bullshit. Puerto Ricans make me laugh. You goofy. You buy the dumbest shit. And Belak Industries. If you want to help Damon Barato go 100 miles on his boat, go get yourself a set of Belak wheels, and the cops will know that you sell drugs. Dolo hats at RPG, ridgeprints.com. Emery, YDBT, and Emery mesh hats. Dolo, YDBT flat, Emery flat, section 8. Long and short and hoodie. Hush Money long, short, and hoodie. ZR50 is such a nice shirt. When you see it in person, it's a great shirt. ZR50 shirt, twin turbocharged ZR50 shirts. Booty Juice, Elote Juice. Save the manuals, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, 350. Save the manuals, 4i. Save the manuals, Arrow, 1320 Didios, F1320, YDBT vertical, YDBT horizontal, Emery, stickers, you name it. And of course, if you want to become a Patreon sub, there's a lot. We talk shit there all day. There is Peasant chat. There's Sell Your Stuff chat. There's Plug Your Business chat, Dating Channel chat, Conspiracy Theories chat, Pew Pew chats, everything in there. It's a good time. Check it out. If $15 a month, you have access to me 24/7, and people have actually gone in there and be like, hey, man, I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but, I got a bit of an issue with, tune and that. And I say, okay, look, I can't go around the tuning system, the tuning queue. So I'll help you as much as possible, but I cannot, put you in front of the line. So it's more for like build setups, questions, maybe sometimes after our support if you're in a pinch. Joe Switch, 101 RTR, Big Pops Beachside, Nick Nash, Matt Oliver, Monty 540, Tony the Truck Guy, B. Lavesh, Deuce Machina, Soul 99 GT, Christopher Dixon, Wesley Stewart, Z33 Camzilla, D-Work Fox, Andy Ali, Clint Stroke, Toilet Dumper, Back Tacoma, TJ Sikorsky, Valley 10 Speed is moving. Check him out. Slow 99, Mr. Hustle, Matt Oliver, Valley 10 Speed, Judd, John Bonano, Robo Style, John Bonano, Joe Jackson, One Bad Pony. Good evening, Emery, says Phil Fez. What's up, Phil Fez? Is your dad still having issues with that swap? I think there's a guy named Fezenthal, and he's got issues with a swap, and I'm like, it ain't a tune issue. Gear Driven, Andy, Let, Semi-Retired, Street Racer, Ray, El Verga Larga, Mr. Coffee, Toxic, Stuart, V-Town will beat you up. Mark Christensen, Michael, Locks, Anthony, Alfredo Diaz, I'm Hunksalopi, whatever. Crowd Killer, Mustang Dennis, Brian 03 Cobra, Joseph Lacey, Ugly Duck Garage, and all the usual suspects, guys. Thank you very much. So, Evolution Performance was officially the first company to flash a adjusted Whipple file, let's just put it that way. Another first, says Evolution Performance, 19 hours ago. On Monday, August 18th, 2025, at 10:28 a.m., we were the first to successfully flash a Whipple calibrated 24 Mustang Dark Horse DX14S, sorry, and began custom tuning it with Lund Racing on the Hub Dyno with HP Tuner software. The results so far are incredible. Huge thanks to Eric Brooks, HP Tuners, this hard work getting this done. Stay tuned for more updates. So they already got it. It made well over 1,000, guys. It made 1,000 like it's its job. But it's not like the previous calibration didn't make 1,000. It's, let's just say, safer. I was actually mind blown that for 2 whole years, the narrative was allowed to be dictated by people that, listen, guys, yes, you guys, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'll say your name if you want me to say your name. I got no bones about that shit. Don't know shit about tuning. Yet they were on every page. Sales reps talking out the side of their neck, telling you, oh, just put a fuel pump voltage booster in it. It's 5. Forget the fuel supply side. It's the injector side that was always the issue. 14 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds with Predator 55s, AFR at 0.83, 0.84, shifts at damn near 8,000 RPMs, and y'all were like, this is good. So I'm happy that it's indexed. Why? Now the customer is going to have a way safer tune. It allows them to make a little bit more power. It allows them to grow. It allows them to run full ethanol. And now I want to make sure that we kill and put to rest E30. Put it to rest. E30. Now, a lot of people are not happy that Lund got access really early. But let's just look at it from a math point of view. Lund, everybody would agree, and if you don't agree, you have your head in the sand, even if you're a competitor, that Lund Racing by far has probably 65 to 70% of the tuning market on the Ford side when it comes to Coyote Mustang, GT500, and F-150 Coyote stuff. Forget EcoBoost. Like combined of that pie, we probably have 70% of the pie. Everybody else is fighting for 30%. Because we can support 5 tuners, two or three customer service reps, a lead calibrator, and 2 owners easily, comfortably. So we have the most volume. Now, when HP Tuners goes, well, if we're going to give someone access, we're going to give someone access that has the ability to, let's just say, calibrate with the most amount of data just based on the sheer volume alone. On HP Tuners TDN, we have 5,200 customers. Just on TDN, we have 5,200 customers. That's not counting an RTD device, direct flash to the laptop. That's not counting old Engage. That's not counting LRX. And that's not counting SCT. And guess what? SCT is probably now in second place when it comes to device sales. I think number 1 is I think 1 and 2 are like a tie between LRX and HP Tuner stuff, and SET is right there. So we have the biggest chunk of pool to be able to, verify data from. So of course we're going to be pretty considered to have access to the stuff first. But people get salty, people get mad, people go, I can't believe blah, blah, blah. I can't believe. Guys, the pie is huge. Just get better. Like, seriously, if you want a bigger piece of the pie, prove why you're better. That's all that needs to happen on your end. But now that the reads are coming in and people are reading these files, we're verifying that these things were sauced the F up. They were sauced the F up. I'm telling you, 20 degrees, 8,000 RPM, and it is verified now. Something that we thought was happening for a very long time. So let's say you were a nobody. You're just some guy. You're probably pretty successful. You probably make $150,000 a year. And you're like, I want to buy the latest and greatest Mustang. Boom, you buy it. You hear the Whipple stuff comes out. You're like, I'm going to go right to stage 2. I'm going to get that. So you start hearing all these shops are running mid-9s, low-9s, making 1,000 rear-wheel horsepower and running 8s. And you're like, on pump gas? Because that's what they were telling you. Remember, in the beginning, everybody was saying pump gas. Nobody said octane boosted pump gas. Everyone said pump gas. So if you're like not in the know and you started going, oh, pump gas, maybe there's, element 115 in the pistons and in the combustion chamber, or the liner of the cylinder is made out of some kind of antimatter that for whatever reason at 12-to-1 compression at 93 octane and 14 or 15 pounds of boost does not detonate. Okay, whatever, I'm trusting them. Put on the dyno, it doesn't make the power you thought it would. 700 horsepower. Okay, no problem. Go to the track. 10.9, 10.8, 10.6. And you're like, well, where's that 9-second? Oh, I need more boost. Okay, let me order another pulley. Get the pulley on there. Okay, let me get E30 in it. Get E30 in it, because you're fucking retarded. You go back out there, and it doesn't run that much better. And you're like, what's going on? So then, let's say that guy was disappointed, and he hung around for 2 years and didn't really get the special treatment, the stage 2 tune or the stage 3 tune. Or maybe not the stage 3 tune, which is 20 degrees of spark advance, close to 8,000 RPMs, higher shift pressures, verified. Verified. There are reads. We see it. You could see it. You could make a comparison and go, oh, this one is way sauced up. So what was happening? Certain people were getting saucy shit. So the narrative of pump gas went away immediately. The narrative of one tune to rule them all went away because there were little sub forums and little comments where you're like, oh no, this tune will just automatically make more power. And I'm like, I don't think so. The way it's configured is to see 20 degrees of spark advance at a 14.0 stoic. So I started going, indexing saved the customer. Because now the customer can get access from the people that are experts in the tuning game and in the aftermarket. Whether it's Lund or not, whether you want to go to another person that you trust, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But now, is the person going to sit there and say, well, let's stay on the 55-pound injector and the booster pump and E30, and let's see how far we can go? Or are they going to be responsible people and say, let's shove a set of 1050Xs in there? Or if you really want to turn it up, 1300Xs. And maybe we'll put an actual fuel system in there, dash 8 line, and make sure that everything is super happy, honky-dory, and we won't have fueling issues. Oh, by the way, we can run fully 85. That is the big plus side. Now, what that allows people from HP Tuners to do is to now go ahead and index the Whipple truck file. And that is the one that people are gonna, that's where the separation is gonna happen. Like the separation is going to happen once the Whipple truck tune is indexed. Now you have seen other people tune with a stock calibration and a Whipple, blower, but the problem is the bypass logic. Why do a lot of people want to wait for the indexing to happen? We don't have access to the bypass logic. There is another throttle body basically that shuts with under the vacuum boost transition, and you get a surge. And there is stuff baked into the Whipple calibration that we don't have access to that lessens that effect. So a lot of people are going to say, that's fine. We might be able to tune it with a stock file, but we'd rather wait for the indexing. So once they get on that, that's where the separation is going to happen. at the end of the day, whoever can tune the best 21 and up F-150 is probably going to have a leg up on the Whipple calibration. And there's only one, and I don't have to mention the name. We all know who runs the 21 and up stock computer 10R80 F-150 game, which then hopefully allows them to head over to the Roush stuff, the Magnuson launch series twin inlet supercharger should be indexed by HP tuners, hopefully, or SET, somebody soon. So then they can move on to Can-Ams and side-by-sides and Skidoos and all the other shit. Because I think once the Whipple calibration comes out, you can just shove a Magnuson TVS on there and use a similar situation. Or if they index the Roush cal, then we can use the Roush cal because they might have other saucy shit in the background that we're not sure of, and use the Roush cal for Magnuson stuff as a base, and then you do your saucy transmission shit, your saucy background stuff that only you have access to, and I think that's going to be a good thing. So this is again another huge infusion of business to the aftermarket. I think this administration has loosened things up so much that people are now comfortable openly talking about calibrating new vehicles with, aggressive tuning and aggressive parts, let's just say that. And they're not really too skittish about it. And I think now that you have a friendly administration that's not really going to go after you if you're tuning gasoline cars, and hell, they're damn near going to get rid of DPF fail-safes and stuff. I think that's going to be a good thing in the future. It's a great infusion for the aftermarket. It's great for everybody. So if you cannot make money during this time, there's a problem with you. If you are not literally flicking money at stuff because the access is there now, shame on you. So we could talk about that. Like, a lot of people waited 2 years with NA stuff until the tuning came out. Look, we already have 4-second 60 to 130 twin turbo cars going around. Already have 1,000 horsepower twin turbo cars going around. Already have 1,000 plus horsepower Whipple cars going around. Already going to have 1,000 plus horsepower centrifugal supercharged cars going around. It's just we're back at 21 to 23. Now you'll start seeing some issues. Maybe now that there's 2 fuel pumps on this car, you'll have people that will try to configure a funky fuel system like GT350s had, that all you needed was dual booster pumps, and this thing could support 850, damn near 900 horsepower before you needed a fuel system. So maybe that's going to be a big plus for the aftermarket that wants to configure an intermediate fuel system, maybe some kind of dual BAB line upgrade, rail upgrade situation to see how far you can take the stock pumps with booster pumps, with an upgraded line, and maybe with an upgraded rail and a regulator. Who knows how far the GT can go? So we'll talk about all that stuff. We're also going to do a giveaway at 9 Star Trek trivia for a shirt from richprince.com/YWT. Oh yeah, buddy, I'm on top of Chicago. It'd probably be bigger if it was EcoBoost too. Not that I'm saying you should, but yeah, the EcoBoost market, John is the lead calibrator, and if he's not excited about it, you can't make him be excited about it. Benjamin Kellner, same dude, my local performance tuner said if they went pass for pass with Lund, he would win. I hurt his feelings when I asked where his record-holding cars were. I'm not allowed back. That's okay, because a lot of people need a foe. They need a heel. They need an enemy. So if you're going to say, I can go pass for pass with Lund, do you mean Lund Racing's cars, or do you mean Lund tuned cars? Because there's a big separation there. Like, there's a guy that posts a bunch of roll racing videos, and he's like, I beat all these Lund cars. I don't know what boost setting they're at. I don't know their build. I don't know anything. We just tune what's in front of us. I got this Bobo fuel system, this injector, or I got a saucy this. I don't know their boost control. I don't know anything. When I send a tune to somebody and I see certain parameters be happy, it is up to them to apply the power. They need to put sandbags in the trunk. They need to ramp in the boost. They need to have an anti-lag. They need to do all that stuff. So when people say, I beat 4 Lund tuned cars on a roll race, okay, are those cars configured for drag racing or roll racing? Because it does matter. So if you can beat them on a roll race, will you drag race them? And if you won't drag race them, why won't you drag race them? So a lot of people go, I beat Lund cars all the time. Okay, full stop. What's a Lund car? A Lund tuned car or a actual Lund vehicle? Because if you say, I can beat a Lund car nonstop, there are 3 cars at the shop right now that you can line up with. Senior has an 1100 horsepower GT500. Senior has a 7-second Whipple Gen 3 with a 6R80 now, probably not 7s, but probably 820. And he has a 6.6 second S197. So pick your poison. Like, can you beat the Lund cars, or are you comparing your shop versus customers' cars? That's interesting if they do that. Jay Walker says, I just can't wait till we're done with this catalytic converter bullshit, which are not needed and nothing except generate feed. Mustang says, hey Alex, S650, MT82, looking at keeping it NA. Headers, E85 Lund tune, would like to change rear gears from 373s to 409 or 433 or 453. I would do 409 and don't go crazy on the tire size. The problem is I don't know that we yet have access to widen the parameters in that specific area. Now, I'm not going to give away too much, but we might. So what I would do is this, Mustang, to get an official answer. Seriously, and I'm being dead ass. Support at lundracing.com and actually put that question out there. In an official capacity, Nardi, Parker, Devin, or Junior will answer you and say, yes, we have full support to be able to widen the gear ratio allowance so that it doesn't throw a wrench light. So, ask them in an official capacity. Yes, 23 and up Raptor R support coming soon. Now, can we tune Whipple cars for customers right now? No, we still have to vet the file. Others are going to take pre-orders because they need an infusion of cash. I'm busy with Gen 1 motherfuckers, with Kenny Bell 168s, 163s, mono blades, twin 69s, twin 65s, while your favorite tuner that pops off on the internet, for whatever reason, only tunes with a stock throttle body. Don't talk to me about tuning when all you fuck with is stock throttle bodies. Band for band, cheese. Yeah, I asked Junior a couple of times. He's not prioritizing the F-150 EcoBoost tuning. Not going to happen. So you actually have someone that will race the Lund shop cars? Right. If you have a car to race the Lund shop cars, show up to TX2K and World Cup. Like, show up. And if you happen to, they're not going to grudge race you because you're nobody. Like, nobody knows you. So Lund's like, we don't grudge race nobody. If you happen to line up next to me at a qualifying pass or a eliminations pass, we'll do it then. They beat the Lund Squids, but they won't post the losses to the Lund Pros. What's up? Everyone says, Merc. I beat 50 Lund cars with my McLaren, says Destroyer. I beat Lund cars with FCAM 302s. If you can't beat a Lund tuned car, what makes them think they can beat a Lund shop car? SK Jeff wants me to take over his role being the mod for the channel. That's cool. I'm not going to give that up. I'm not just going to it's not his to give away. It's up to me. Parker Performance says, yes, sir, we do so daily, lengthening the high numerical gear sets. Okay, there you go. So Parker Performance is an actual customer service representative and a wonderful one at that. I'm going to give you an example. A customer got a little sideways with me. Now, the first word out of my mouth typically is, fuck you, but I can't do that. So I hit up Parker on Microsoft Teams and I go, Parker, this motherfucker, this guy is setting me off. And he writes the most eloquent reply. Oh, I know what was happening. A guy had a TDN account and he dropped it off at a shop. A shop wanted to set up an alternate TDN account to tune his car. I was like, no, just use his account, use his credentials. And I don't think he understood what I was saying. He didn't understand. I didn't understand what he was saying. I was like, Parker, maybe he's your people. You might want. He just went off on a nice little, firm, but not demeaning paragraph. And I was like, thank God, because I would have been like, bro, get the fuck out of my life. Fuck all that. Dead ass. Oh shit. Bro can't even qualify. Everyone knows the baddest Coyote cars are Midnight Performance. I mean, you know what's funny? They have gone from being very vocal to everyone knowing that they're fast and they don't even have to say anything. It's like when you build a brand like that, similar to Lund, right? If you're driving around and you hear a twin turbo 10R car and he just happens to have a Lund sticker, you're like, why? One, why do you have a Lund sticker? Two, it's probably tuned well. It's probably going to hit the shifts. He's outside. He wouldn't be outside unless it's shifting. Now, if you see anyone else's sticker on the shit, you know that thing's going to shift like shit because they can't help it. But which one will you take more seriously? 3 twin turbo cars sitting at a parking lot. Equal builds. One has a Lund sticker. The other two have people that steal stickers. You're going to be worried about the Lund car. I would. Honestly, what Does Lund owe anyone out there that's calling them out? People are so goofy. No, it's okay. I'm a nobody, but me being a nobody is still more than someone that isn't present on the internet. So some guy with a Fairmont like 4 years ago, LS Fairmont, and I had my hush money out, and I was just doing 9-second stuff. I didn't pulley down to 8 seconds. The Palm Beach International Raceway would never hold an 8-second pass in that car based on the track conditions. I brought boost down to 9 on a test and tune night and be happy. And I think his car was like an 8.9 or 9.0 car. So he's like, hey, you want to set up for a friendly run? And I'm like, no, I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. Well, why don't we just set up for a friendly run? And I'm like, no thanks. And then you see the car and it gets down. And I'm like, oh, I know what you're doing. You're one of those guys that you know your car's faster than mine currently. So you will say, let's set up a friendly run. Then you have all the GoPros facing to the right or the left, depending on where I'm lined up. And you're just going to try to become somebody, and then you clip my face, you clip me flipping my hat and losing to you. That's how some people get famous nowadays, by clowning faster people or known people. Actually qualify for DX2K and World Cup. Yes. Why don't you do that? Shop owner, right now. You think you're a badass, right? You talk all this shit. You can't get to the top of the mountain without actually climbing. So why not qualify for an event, run some rounds, because this is what needs to happen in an event. You need to tech your car. You need to run the rules that specific event configures you for, whether it's a tire size or turbo size or minimum weight. We had to drive our car back to our pits every time at World Cup. It was one of those special rules. We had to drive the car back. There was no not driving the car back while others were being pushed in the same class. So it was one of those things that we had to okay, we got big turbos, the 6R80, this and that, we're heavy. Okay, well, we'll let you in, but you got to drive your car back. So that's a little more wear and tear on the vehicle, and it has to actually survive the overheating and trans issues, blah, 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 blah. So if you're a shop owner and you want to call someone out, why not be somebody first? Like, qualify for World Cup, qualify for TX2K, win a race or two. Then you can start calling people out. It's kind of weird when you haven't done anything when you call out winners. The second word out of Alex's mouth is the N word. No, it's not. How dare you? How dare you? Once I get my money back up, what boost option should I go with for my car already had the 2.3? The 2.3. What do you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. Alex, have you driven the Lund 6R80 S197? What? Have you driven the Lund 6R80 S197? What? The Grey Goose? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand why everyone acts like Coyotes had issues in the power department before now. People see time slips of 60 to 130, and I don't even know the total configuration needed to run the number. What? I don't know what you're saying. A booster seat, Jared Wells. Nice, that's funny. But if we kill E30, what will the fuel manufacturer do with all that E30R? I'm telling you, that was the most hilarious 2 freaking years I've seen in the Coyote world. And why? You gave voices and credibility to people that never did it. You gave Ford, because now there's no tuning available, salespeople, people that don't race, people that don't tune, people that don't build. They became the voices of this platform. And now we have to unfuck everything that the customer has been taught by those voices. Some were pretty legit. Some were like, hey, these are the limits, and until tuning comes out, this is all we can do. Others were like, oh my God, what's going on, guys? Look at this, pump gas, 950 horsepower. Whoa! And people go, really? There's something totally different about this Coyote than the previous generation that allows it to make 9,000 horsepower on pump gas? And then you see the fucking cans of octane booster in the trash. Then you see the people online, sales reps, talking to you about tuning. Salespeople, shut up, answer emails, send pulleys, get promotion. Don't talk about tuning when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, I'm blown away that people were allowed to do that. Now I had to kind of bite my lip because I'm like, can't say nothing because there's no tuning available. Now there's tuning available. those guys can go back to Bolivian and back to your desks answering emails about pulley sizes and, Fiat systems. Do that. Would be cool to see someone do compressed air supercharging on Coyote. Said absolutely nobody. Or getting scared by a bear and crashing into my car. A Sentry, that's your only choice if you're not trying to really get after Jared. The 2.3 is already plenty. Yeah, the 2.3. Like, why are you trying to mess around? Alex, yes, my brother and dad are currently troubleshooting the Coyote swap they recently did. Unfortunately, I don't have the time currently to fly up there to help. Yeah, they have some startup issues, and they didn't tell me about the startup issues until we already did watt logs. So I'm like, you got to tell me about the issues before I ask for watt logs. Oh, it's always been there. It's always been there. Come on, man. Come on, get it right. E30 lab codes are going to be retired. E30R fire sale coming. E30 retard. JD Swag said they had the gingivitis in the launch event. What can we expect? He wasn't talking Grey Goose. He was talking whatever that is. Yes, the Grey Goose. I'm like, have you driven the gray S197 yet? Yeah, around the parking lot. Senior's not. Okay. Senior fiddled with the idea of letting me drive that car, but this is the problem with driving that car. I'd have to go to a race. And I don't want to go to a race with a bunch of... Let me shut up. Would like to make 1100 twin turbos. What are you doing? Get my hazmat, sir, E30. Just keep selling it to the BMW guys and import guys. I leave E30 with those BMWs. Benjamin Kellner says, I think he meant both, I'm honest. He said pass for pass, he would beat a Lund tuned car, but I think he also meant shop for shop. Does he have a 6-second car? And when the Blue Goose comes out, does he have a 380 car or 390 in the 8th car? I mean, he needs to really rethink his priorities, because you should call out tuners that only tune stock throttle bodies. Does Lund focus much on the Explorer ST platform? No. So again, if we were to add Explorer ST, I think we'd have to hire yet another tuner, because Nardi has an ST, Senior has an ST. I don't know. I think Parker might have had. I don't know. He had or has, or I don't know, but maybe it's in pieces. Maybe the transmission blew up. I don't know. But I think he had an ST also, because I remember seeing it on his channel when he had a YouTube channel. And I think we'd have to add another tuner, because it's a specialized platform. It's already hard enough. Look, there are three new tuners right now. We have 3 new tuners. So they're getting the stuff that is the least amount of potential problem factors, like a centrifugal stock throttle body 1050X BAP car, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. Can't believe I'm saying Gen 4 already. But they're not getting a TVS Gen 1 car. That's me. They're not getting a Gen 2 TVS car. That's me, or Junior. But Junior's, busy vetting all these files. So I'm like the trash compactor. Like, okay, Gen 1 swap with a 2650 and 92 millimeter pulley, monoblade, cams, not limited. I'm like, fuck, here we go. I'm going to get to know him, his mom. I'm going to know his name. He's going to invite me to the cookout. I'm going to be talking a lot. Compressed air boost just isn't practical. It's so stupid. Mustang says, thanks, Alex. You're a champion, dude. Here in Australia, Mustang is very popular, but local knowledge and skills suck. Your information is so valuable. I thought Australia watched this show and fucked with this show heavy, but it's kind of a small market for being such a massive land area. You know what I mean? Like, how many people live in Australia? Like, I don't even think 100 million. So it's like weird that Australia has a big Mustang market. You would think they'd be up my ass about shit, but apparently they're not. I also bought a Lund tune. LRX comes in Thursday. I love it. Love to hear it, brother. It's hot inside race cars. I'm not a fan. Alex, may I take you to a car meet or race? No, thank you. I don't want to. I don't care to drive it. And to be honest with you, I think I could do a good job. I'm very confident in my driving abilities. Actually, I am supremely confident in my driving abilities. I put my skills up against anybody. Anybody. I don't give a fuck if you're a full-time racer. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. It's fucking drag racing. Okay? You do a burnout, and it's about reaction time. And if you want to be a fucking asshole, it's about how you fuck with the light and fuck with the other guy and play games. I don't play games. I'm up in that bitch. I'm pre-staging, and we're going to do courtesy stage, and I'm in. And then it's who reacts quicker. That's it. That's all there is to drag racing because the thing's a fucking auto. Coco the monkey, if Coco can react .0 something, I'm sticking Coco in it. The problem is once you're in a car, you're expendable. And I'd like to think I'm a little more important than just be stuffed in a race car. Can you profile the driver by the car? Oh, here we go. What do you think about the new 6.8-liter Mustang? Ali passed away. Ali passed away. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody racing Explorers. He's right. There's like, so this is the problem. A lot of people promote their posts on Facebook, and you think it's organic, right? But I'm a creator, so you could see the background stuff, and it's like sponsored this and, you know, boosted content. And I'm like, every single time I see an Explorer ST runner number, it's the same one. There isn't a gang of Explorer. There isn't an Explorer ST shootout. There isn't. If there was, like, do you know, you want to hear how sad certain things are? There's like a CTS V shootout, and that's sad as shit. There aren't that many cars. And I'm like, well, maybe they don't all want to show up to Orlando to race or wherever they hold a race. But like the platform has to be supremely popular. The Coyote motor made every platform popular. Made you could stuff it in anything and go fast. So a lot of people with the control pack were like, shit, this is the easiest way to do it, unless they shove Holly in it or whatever. But they were like, the Coyote made the racing platforms popular. And there's Mustangs with Coyotes, F-150s with Coyotes, and then 4 generations of Coyote, and swaps up the ass. So yeah, we're going to concentrate on Coyote because it's ridiculously popular. Who is swapping 3.0 ST motors in anything? Nobody. Any plans with the white S197? Yeah, to run it when it gets cooler out. That's the plans to race it. 33 million in Straya, and they're all fans. How many people? What's the population of Australia? Me and Matt Coates used to get along, but he dropped off. 27.2 million. 27 million? That's it? There's more people in California than in all of Australia? No wonder that place isn't as... See, it makes you think... You think that it's like hot rodding is crazy and popular and blah, blah. And there's only 30... Come on. Stop it. 20 million in Australia. Also, the GT is like $150,000 in Australia, if I'm not wrong. Oh, my God. I think the compressed air guy is cool, but the shit is novelty. And more like weird science to me. It's like cool if you can do it, but it ain't better than a turbocharger or a supercharger. Dude, one guy runs it, and all of a sudden, it's the best thing ever. Again, if it's great, everybody's running it. Has there been an intake manifold testing done on ESS, or I can't believe I said that, on centrifugal setups? Why do you, Jackpot Jen, why do you differentiate between that and Sentry? It's a centrifugal. Why do you differentiate between that? Do you think it's not a centrifugal? Is there something out there that makes you think that is not a centrifugal? Paxton, Vortec, ProCharger, and that turd is a centrifugal. I still have my VMP Gen 2 R kit for sale. If anyone's in the market, it includes ID 1300s, 10 rib kit if desired, lower manifold, and heat exchanger. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm thinking of picking that up, but I don't got the money. Because the Magnuson blower, although the twin throttle body stuff is cool, once I make a pass on it, I'm probably going to configure that to be a single throttle body. So it's more, so the drivability is better. Right now, wide open throttle is great, and I can drive it. But because I don't have dual throttle body control like 24 Mustang does, it's not fun to drive around. So I'm waiting on a AC delete kit so I can run the belt longer and have more belt wrap. Jake said to do that before I did a tensioner. With the current government, you're not wrong. CTSV people do grudge shit. Oh, here we go. Grudge. You know, grudge isn't a good thing. Grudge is more ghetto. When I hear grudge, it's ghetto. Have a friend here in Australia that wants to boost his S650. Local shop here offers 2 blower options. Roush Say 2 or Whipple. TVS all the way. Yes? Wait. The Roush twin inlet? I would do the Roush twin inlet before the Whipple. Because you want, if he's going to drag race, I would want a TVS. Now that tuning is starting to be indexed, Mustang, I would tell them to wait until the Roush file is indexed. Why? Because then you could put a fucking 3.0 pulley, a 10%, ID 1300s, fuel system, and send that bitch down the track, and it should run in the 8s. Absolutely. Let cops and mom drive Explorers. CFG Racing or Engineered Motorsports Solutions of Tennessee, EMS hold the EcoBoost shootout in September, Norwalk, Ohio. If not, I'm going to... What, 5 cars show up? Latest shit people need to begin, hit the like button. Can someone please help direct me to the Patreon link? I think JD Swag or somebody will get you the link. Click it, and it's $15 a month, and you have access to all the chats. The Peasant chat is free, but I'm barely in there. Explorer C is probably faster and much easier to tune, and I'd still choose a Durango SRT. Why would anyone buy anything other than a Coyote to go fast? I think it's just to be different. I don't think it's, and it's a spiteful thing. The same reason you wouldn't get Lund tuned. Or maybe you lost privileges to be Lund tuned, and now you're just a salty homo going around talking shit nonstop. So the only reason to not get Lund tuned is spite. Or you communicate like shit. Like, I've met customers that are like, man, I don't do this bullshit computer stuff. I don't do this bullshit computer stuff. I'm like, wait, you're talking to me on a computer right now, and you're saying you don't do computer stuff? It's kind of goofy. 2050 Crew Cab F-150, Midnight Twins or Whipple NY. What do you want to do? Daily driver, occasional track day. I'd be happy with 700 to 800 Whipple. Whipple. You don't need twin turbos for what you want to do. Twin turbos is if you really want to, get after it. Twin turbos, to me, there's just more shit. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with twin turbos, but there's lines. There's wastegates. There's 2 turbos. There's 2. I mean, look, about the last thing I would want in a daily driver is more shit. Blower, big pulley on it, and have a good life. Tore my ACL a little while back, and the lives have been keeping me sane. I'm glad I could help. Alex just got my LRX for my... Oh, my God. I got to move this up. Oh, that's way too high. Oh, here we go. Alex just got my LRX for my 250 NA for now, but going to name that shit not be named on a 1-ton. What the fuck is happening? I have a GT350 and I have an LRX and I want to put a centrifugal on it. Can I get away with 1050Xs and a stock pumps with octane booster, or do I need BAPs? I would do twin BAPs, and if you have access to E85, if you're going to get 1050s, might as well get twin BAPs, might as well have the option for E85. So I would do that. You can get a centrifugal, 10 pounds of boost, which on that car is probably going to end up making 800 wheel, because it's just a 5.2 with bigger, better heads, better cams, better everything. So 10 PSI on E85 and 20 degrees of spark advance probably makes 800 revolution horsepower at 8,000 RPM. So yes, you can do that. Half of AU, Australia, is a desert. Advising him to get the Roush TVS, throw away their tune, and have Lund remote tune. Absolutely. Now, because of the time difference, okay, let's talk about that. Because a lot of people think or are under the impression that you have to get the tuning done that day. Not at all. Let's say, for instance, you get a tune on Monday. Okay, then put it in, data log it, and walk away. Like, walk away. Go about your life. When we reply and you have time, open the email. Look at the instructions. If there's a revision or instructions on to fix your shit, do that. Maybe the next day. So it can take a week. A week? That sounds too long. Really? It's convenient as shit. If there's an issue, we're going to say, hey, don't drive it. Fix this, fix that, fix. But if we're like, hey, data log a idle and slow revs. Here you go. Slow revs, data log. Okay, go about your life. Go about your life. Go shopping. Go to your kid's football game, whatever. Then the next day, tune attached. Give me a wide open throttle hit, 3,500 to 6,000 in third gear. Okay, do it when you can. Go do it. Whenever you can. Send the email in whenever you can. And then I'm going to say, looks good. Tune attached. Watt to 7,500 RPMs. And then you do that whenever you can. Some people are like, well, how much time do I have? 6 months? Well, can I get it done? Get it done whenever. I don't give a fuck when you get it done. But it does not have to be that day. Some people rush the process. Oh, wait, Alex, I'll be right back. I don't got, no, 4:30, I'm out. There's Toto out there. You think I'm going to wait around and, I got it too? No. At your convenience. It is so convenient. I can't believe some people like freak the hell out that it has to be tuned that day. Grudge race, hoot and holler for an hour and then a race. No, thanks. Grudge racing is terrible. Grudge racing is ghetto shit. Can someone confirm if I am a peasant? In the chat, you are a peasant. Would Lund tune my SHO? No. I specify them essentially because we've seen the performance results vary. No, they don't, Jackpot. Jackpot Gen. 10 PSI on a Vortec, Paxton, Pro Charger, or that dud. Perform exactly. It's 10 PSI. It's 10 PSI. Oh, does one whip up faster? No. If they're all about the same size, a V3, a SL 2200, a D, I think, or is it a P? I don't know. You're not comparing an F Pro Charger with a V3. You're not comparing a 2200 SL with like the smallest Pro Charger variant. If they're all sized similarly, they will all perform the same. What is happening? That's why the Whipple versus Roush is not a good comparison. And I'll tell you why. Because the TVS, while being smaller, performs better. That is what pisses off a lot of Whipple nut huggers. You are how many times has the rotor pack changed since 2015? Go. Gen 2 front feed. Gen 3 front feed. I think they had a Gen 4, then a Gen 5, then a Gen 6. 4 iterations of rotor. How many iterations of 2650 rotor have changed since 2015? None. The same motherfucker. The same design. Same rotor pack. Relevant today. They stuff it in Edelbrocks. They stuff it in Magnusons. They stuff it in Roushes. They stuff it in everything. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. You could live on Mars and still get Lund tuned in a week. Exactly. Right. The signal takes how long to get to Mars? Let me see. How long does it take for a radio signal to get there? Look at that. Reach Mars. 3 to 22 minutes. Bro, you could be in Mars and get Lund tuned in a week. There's pussy out there. There is pussy out there. Alex, a bit of humor here. Give us your top 5 tips for picking up torta. Torta? I don't know shit about torta, though. Torta is like a fat Mexican chick. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I did a test on the dating channel one time, and I said that I want to have a family. So if you guys want to get laid tonight, you say, I am ready to settle down. I'm ready to give you babies and provide. I'm a protector. I'm a provider. I want to give you as many babies as you can squirt out of that snatch. And I want to make sure that you have a fupa or a gunt after baby number 8. And I'm ready. They throw themselves at you. Because there are some desperate women out there that have ridden the carousel, hopped on many dicks, and now they're ready to settle down after looking like an Arby's roast beef down there. So you say the magic words. Babies. I want to have babies with you. I want to start a family. Thank you for the donation, McLovin. I want to start a family with you. Boom! They throw themselves at you. Stop it. On Ford Racing's Track Cal, on my 14 road race car, Gen 1 Coyote, how much you won't benefit at all. You won't benefit. What are you looking for? You're probably on pump gas. You're on a Ford Racing track calibration. It's probably pretty good. I wouldn't fuck with it at all. Leave it alone. If you're happy, leave it alone. You're not going to gain anything on pump gas. How is this so hard to understand? 10 PSI is 10 PSI. Nope. Well, oh, look. Because, okay, this is the problem, right? People take, okay, I'm gonna look up supercharger variants. Pro Charger supercharger size chart, I guess. Like a D, a P, F, Pro Charger supercharger specifications. Okay, then I'm going to go to Vortec. Okay, Vortec supercharger specifications. Wow, terrible. Supercharger comparison chart. And there's a Pro Charger with a PDF. My lord. Why isn't there a zoom in? Here we go. Oh, no. Come on, zoom in, bitch. Here we go. Okay. So, do we have power? Do we have power numbers here? These are all F series. Street. Okay, here we go. Volute diameter. Is there max boost PSI? Okay, cool. A, B, C, P. Okay. Max boost 15. 30 pounds. What the fuck? It sucks. Let's see if Vortec has a better. Okay. Let's see if Vortec has a bit of a better chart. Pro Charger's chart was absolute shit, which I'm not surprised. Okay. Supercharger comparison chart. Supercharger V5F. Max boost 14 PSI. V5G 15 PSI. V9. V3 14 PSI. V1, V2, V3. So the V3 is what ends up mostly on Coyotes. So you max of 17 PSI. And then there's a Y series, like a YS series. Where is the Y? V. Okay, this chart sucks too. Fuck you. You all suck. God damn it. I can't find a chart to save my life. This chart sucks. All of your charts sucks. Every single one of your charts fucking suck. Do you imagine being a customer trying to figure shit out? And you're like, your charts are shit. You gotta look up Coyote specific. Fuck you. I'm done. So let's just say this: the other superchargers that run by, let's say, Vortec, the Paxton 2200, then there's the 2200 SL, and I think the SL has a billet wheel, let's say, and it has a higher max boost number. You're not going to compare that against the smallest Pro Charger. You're just not. You're crazy. You just don't do that stuff. You have comparably compared things, and then you say, okay, there is a apples to apples comparison. That's why I thought that the 2.3 liter rotor pack was kicking the dog shit out of Whipple's 2.3 rear feed and Whipple's 2.9 rear feed back before the front feed variants came out. Beating the ever-living snots out of it. 2.3 liters, and then they went front feed. And all of a sudden, they went Gen 2, Gen 3, different generations. Then they started making decent power. Then they started comparing that to the 2.3. That's right. They were comparing the 3-liter Gen 5, or let's just say the 2.9 liter front feed Gen 3 or Gen 4, to the 2.3. I was like, whoa, you guys are wild. Then the 2650 comes out, and that thing is stout. That thing was just breaking shit. It's still to this day, makes ridiculous good power, so much so that they haven't felt the need to change the rotor pack. They told with the idea with a 3-liter, excuse me, TVS, but I think the problem was the case they were trying to put it in. I've got a couple of donations here. Curious as to what you've seen. What is the highest PSI you've seen out of a 2300 TVS? I think close to 20. But again, that was because it was being restricted, not because it was flowing that kind of number. Going to be a long list for Vortec. Man, it was crazy. Or you can just wait for these girls to be at the abortion clinic and ask if they want a refill. I don't think that works. Thank you, Victor Sodapak, for $50. My God. A90 Super owner and Ghost Watcher never miss a live. Why is that? Why is it that the Ghost Watchers are afraid to say hello? Because you guys probably have interesting input. I want this to be like as inclusive as possible. If you have an A90 Supra and you have something to add, whether it's, hey, I have an A90 Supra, it's got this and this and that done, and it's the equivalent of this on a Mustang based on what I've learned on your show, that would absolutely add to the channel, because right now, like S58, B58, I still don't know the difference, because there aren't enough people here that, like Jay Walker does, but I don't know if he owns either platform. I know he's a Porsche guy and a McLaren guy, but I don't know if he knows enough about the platform, or maybe he does, to be able to tell me all the differences. But then, there's a care level also there too. I was looking at those charts the other day and wanted to put a hole in my head. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Pro Charger, Coyote, Supercharger chart. Coyote engine swap supercharger kits. No. I want Coyote supercharger specifications. Pro Charger Stage 2. You know, you Ford superchargers. Here we go. You sons of bitches. Here we go. So, okay. Mustang GT. Okay. Finally. Stupid. Supercharger kits. Mustang Bullet. It's the same thing, guys. Same thing. So let's do a Gen 3. Okay. What the fuck is this? Okay. What is it? Is it a P, a D? What is it? Oh my God, you fucking assholes. You guys are the worst. High output. It just, a Pro Charger 350. It doesn't say the P, D, nothing. You know what, Pro Charger? Fuck your site. Your site's shit. You're junk. Fuck out of here. No wonder I don't support that shit. Can't just, like, at least TorqueStorm has. At least TorqueStorm has. Stupid. It's not a supercharger, it's a Pro Charger. Oh, on God, I finally caught it live. Says, hey, Doms, what about TorqueStorm chart? I'm still lost to this day on what to expect from a Bolt, Tune, BMW, and Supras. Me too. Thank you, JD Papa. If anyone here has McLaren money, did you see the 40V ran a better time than the GTD on Ford's? Yeah, so that's what Ford has kind of like devolved to. Saying, well, we beat the ZR1. We beat a production car made in Bowling Green by Carl in a one-off race electric van. Bro, I have never seen Ford employees and Ford people cope harder than the GTD being just losing its aura the moment the ZR1 came out. I see nothing but ZR1. Just like I said, ZR1 videos on YouTube are of them racing. GTD videos are of them driving to Cars and Coffee or sitting still and people taking pictures of it. It is embarrassing. My premonition came to life. B58 is a Coyote, S58 is a Predator. So the S58 is better. Alex, didn't you want a larger display for Coyote? Ford Performance Cast Iron Coyote? Stop. Nobody ever would buy a iron block Coyote. Nobody. Nothing I hate more than people calling any Sentry blower a Pro Charger. Well, what about the kid? This kid is still to this day the best. Okay, it talks. This video should be seen every year.
What do you have done?
7.5-inch pistons in there, intaker, fucking combustions up to about 7.5 in there. Ran about close to about 10 seconds. Well, not even close to 10 seconds, probably about 12 seconds flat.
12 seconds flat?
Yeah.
God bless you, kiddo. Where is he? Is he flipping elotes somewhere?
How much do you dyno at?
Shit, man. Well, I'm supposed to be pushing 600, but fucking one tire is only spinning on it, so.
The hood tap. I love the hood tap.
What size injectors do you have?
I forgot what size was it, man.
Damn, that is a stock ass Grandma V6. I'm saying nothing done to it.
I forgot what size was it, yo. Other than that, it's still a work in progress.
That better be voltage, because it sure as hell shouldn't be oil pressure or boost.
Probably by 4 to 5 months, it'll be ready again. Twin turbos and a supercharger back inside of it again.
But yeah.
Twin turbos and a supercharger back inside of it again.
All three of them tri-charged or?
Yeah, drop lower down the combustion that we can handle the charging more.
You know, every time I see this video, it's wonderful because his thought process is decent. I'm going to lower the combustion so it can handle the boost more. I'm like, I mean, in a Mexican way, yeah, he's not wrong. That's Turvey's cousin. I remember that video when I was in high school. I got an intaker and a resonator deleter, MBRP.
Yeah, but MBRP resonator deleter.
You know, so okay. Every time I edit a video, I go through it with a fine-tooth comb. So he must have gotten to this part and
We
gone,
have an MBRP resonator deleter.
yeah, that sounds fine. Let's leave it in there.
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
I'm not even going to look up if I said it right.
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
Is it delete or deleter?
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
That sounds fine. That doesn't sound retarded at all.
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
Yep. That's the guy Ford invited to be on stage. And they said, hey, Stang Mode, how did you come up with your name? And he's like, well, yeah, I was going through the options in my car, and I saw that it has a rain mode, a snow mode, drag mode, sport mode. But you know what it doesn't have?
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
A Stang Mode. What does it do when you click Stang Mode? Let's say in theory, a car comes with Stang Mode. When you click it, do you automatically leave your wife for a Russian chick? Like, is that what happens when you go, all right, guys, you want to race? Yeah, well, let me put it in Stang Mode. Oh, I left my wife. Is that what Stang Mode does? No, don't put it in Stang Mode. Why? You're going to divorce your family. You're going to create a lisp. I don't want that. Why would Ford put that as an option? Hey, Stang Mode, we'd like to include Stang Mode in a car. What does it do? I don't know. It automatically sends all of your texts to your side chicks to your wife so that you can get divorced. Oh, got it. Nah, he tunes. Oh, brother. Why do people chronically lie like that? How can tuners get more than 100 horsepower gain with only a tune on 93 fully stock Raptor R and they claim they're detuned from the factory? Well, they're probably spark limited and throttle limited. Torque limited? I would say that. Ooh, nice. Ghost Watcher finally catching a live says, Abel Rio, Stang Mode, the deleter, the family deleter, MBRP family deleter. Fuck out of here. Stupid. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck everybody. Y'all were the ones that told me he left his wife. I don't know. Instant Mustang we crashed. Makes Diddy sounds. Ford has nothing for the ZR1. Unless they build a twin-turbo hybrid Coyote in a mid-engine all-wheel drive car and slap the Mustang badge on it, they ain't got shit for the GTD. The GTD isn't the answer. You know what they need to do? They need to go and get a Skunkworks project for GT with a twin-turbo Coyote in it. Ford. Multimatic has it. Multimatic literally has it. There is probably enough room. You were able to fit a 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine with good sized turbos in a Ford GT. You're telling me you can't fit a Coyote in it? Do you want to piss off people? Put a twin turbo Coyote, a good one, in an existing Ford GT and go over there and beat their time. I mean, if you're relying on a van to do it, the GTD just needs a resonator deleter to beat the ZR1. Does MBRP sell it?
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
What does Stang Mode do? You suddenly gain 60 pounds. What would Stang Mode do? The mode in a Mustang. What would it do? Stang Mode makes EcoBoost Mustangs. What's crazy is his first wife was actually hot. Look, let's get off the family subject. I just thought it was a funny thing about what would a Stang Mode do. A mode in a Mustang. You automatically drive through a crowd in Stang Mode. Cuck Mode, ZR1s are outside, at tracks, at streets, on ovals. GTDs are talking about their paint specs. Did you see that 4-second 60 to 130 ZR1? Yup. Did you see the ZR1 that beat the Plaid on a roll race? Yup. Did you see the liquid carbon GTD? That's how they talk about that stuff. Okay, let's do a shirt giveaway real quick. We're going to do a shirt giveaway. So we're going to be richprince.com/YDBT. You're going to go ahead and pick any of these shirts. I highly suggest elote juice or booty juice. But again, you can get the ZR50 shirt, whatever you want from richprince.com/YDBT. I'm going to go here and I'm going to make sure that I hit live because y'all motherfuckers are weird. JD says, welcome to multi-level. Thank you so much. Preach, brother. Thank you, Brooklyn T guy. Hey, Alex, finally caught alive by the way white car looks badass. Thank you. Yeah, the white car will be making its racing debut this fall. We got to dial in the new tune. Once the new tune gets dialed in, maybe I can get more boost. The goal is to have it live in the 850s. Twin Turbo Coyote Hybrid all-wheel drive 4GT would be amazing. Okay. Star Trek trivia. And it's going to be very easy. If you're a Star Trek nerd, I'm not going to be super stickler about the answer. But many Star Trek starships had this device. But which one actually used it in combat? Which ship was the first that had a combat-ready cloaking device on it? Go! This is Star Trek trivia. Only one. Many models that had like experimental units. But which one used it in battle? Which one? The ship. The ship. Oh, you EPA, you fucked up. EPA, you fucked up. You fucked up, EPA. You could have had it. No. What is the name of the ship that... Hey! There it is. The Defiant. The USS Defiant was the first starship that had a working, battle-ready cloaking device. Cloaking device. There you go. Defiant. Congratulations. Good job. No one else got it except Paul Sachs. Paul Sachs. I think you've won before. So Magus, Paul Sachs. Well, who else? Paul Sachs. Let me see. Paul was here. Paul said Defiant somewhere. Magus, Starfleet, the Diddy Sound, Defiant, African Ceiling Bird Beep, Pro Charger, Mandingo, I Hate Google, Chupacabra, Stang Mode, my mom, Defiant. Okay, there we go. Okay, so not a lot of people knew it. That's good. Yes, I said Star Trek. I didn't say The Next Generation. And it was in some of The Next Generation episodes. The Defiant was in actually some TNG episodes, if I'm not mistaken, like the later ones. Jay Walker, stop it. So, Magus, hit me up, YDBT for life, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. You got to tell me what shirt, what size, what color you want from richprince.com/ydbt. There's the giveaway, and we're done. Back to talking shit about people that leave their wives for Russian girls. You never leave anything for any Russian chick. Russian chicks are not compatible with Americans. They're Slavic. They don't understand the culture. Maybe they can assimilate, but there's an inherent, deep genetic trait that you cannot overcome from Slavic women. Wow, Deep Space Nice content. Damn, my search said Pegasus. The Pegasus was the first experimental one, and it ended up in a half cloaked in an asteroid. And a Riker was the first officer, and they actually had a mission to go recover it because the cloaking device was still active. So they went into this asteroid, which was massive, and they found it, got the cloaking device, but the Romulans sealed them in. So then they devised a plan of installing the cloaking device in the Enterprise, and the cloaking device also allowed the Enterprise to phase in such a way that it can go through the asteroid. So once they came out of the asteroid, the Romulans had a lot of questions, like, how the fuck did you get out? We saw you just show up, and it was a great episode. Make me dirty. Exactly. I tried to go out with Russian chicks. I can attract Russian chicks. It's a problem. You cannot culturally get along with a Russian woman. It's impossible. She had blue hair at one time, too. What's happening? So you broke your own rule, only using TNG. Fuck it. Congrats to the winner. Exactly. Google failed me again. Let me see. Didn't the USS Defiant TNG episode? I think the USS Defiant was in a movie, the Next Generation movie. So maybe I messed up the rule because it wasn't the movie where it was where the Borg went back in time. And Zephyrin Cochrane, the first warp drive. The USS Defiant wasn't there, so maybe that's where I got crossed up. But who cares? You won. Who gives a fuck? The Defiant, Peter Chow, like 10 years later. Send me a pic with milk jug for your shirt. Exactly. Ford, hey, look at our new GTD that's 13 pounds lighter. Chevy, hey, look, the next Corvette will have well over 2,000 horsepower. So a lot of people made fun of the fact that, what's the name of that content? Drag Times posted a Plaid beating the shit out of a ZR1. You got to understand where they're racing, when they're racing. And some people say that's an excuse. Guys, have you driven a car in Florida in 95-degree weather where it's soupy as hell? The F-150 posted a whack-ass 0 to 60 time, and people were calling it out nonstop. And I'm like, guys, it's Florida. Now, January, when it's 55 outside, I'm sure it'll run a lot better, but I'm not going to wait for those 2 weeks where we have that kind of weather. So, 717 Street Speed, I think, yeah, he posted a video of him racing his friend's Plaid, and it held up really well. Again, Corvettes are outside. GTDs are not outside. So let's look at the runs, right? Okay, so they reference this. They reference the drag times thing.
That, because that's what I wanted to see. And I'm like...
Right. So where is Street Speed located? He's in the Northeast. You have sub 80-degree weather. You have more favorable conditions. So let's get to the race. Okay. So the Tesla Plaid had 95% charge, but it's a Plaid. We all know the specs. I'm sorry, guys. The ZR1 is the truth. If it's beating it on the hit, guys, it's beating it on the hit. And you know the faster they go, the more of a gap it'll put on it. That shit is... There is no better evidence than Street Speed's videos that let you know that that shit is the truth. Okay? So while you guys tout the GTD, when I see that, that's all that matters, because that's the kind of racing you're going to come across. So if you're driving a ZR1 down the street and a Plaid comes up, I'm like, okay, we're good. He's in PA. There you go. DA, doesn't matter in EVs. It sure as hell matters to internal combustion engines, though. Exactly. Russian chicks will make you give up being a pastor. It's hard to even... You can't. They're beautiful. They're amazing in bed. Completely incompatible otherwise. Savage Geese is dropping an advertisement for the GTD tomorrow morning. Who cares? Savage Geese's videos have become so annoyingly long and verbose that I don't care about them. It's been mid-80s and humid here all summer, says Jay Walker. Good. It's not upper 90s. I've seen GTD owners claiming waiting for PPF due to body styling. Okay. People who race in the heat always ask if they go jogging 100. I always ask if they go jogging 120 degrees outside in the middle of the summer. Stupid. Okay. If they jog in 120 degrees out, exactly. Still won't see them out like Corvettes, though. You'll never see them out. Pegasus was the Nighthawk Defiant, the B2. What's happening? But Alex, Pegasus was the Nighthawk. Defiant was the B2. So the Defiant was, I said battle ready, meaning production, and it was a Defiant. But Alex, a Plaid was a 95% charge. Try to get a 25% charge. Cedar weighs less. Plaid will win. That's funny. Alex, you ever looked into Toyota Coyote? Have you ever talked about it? Do you think there's anything cool about it or not? Don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you. This Russian chick isn't beautiful. She looks like a troll. I don't know. I'm not going to go into it that much, but you can't break up your family. What are you doing? Did you see the Coyote Supercharged Ring Brothers 71 Aston Martin? Really? Look, I love you. We're not that channel, okay? I'm not going to give two shits about a car that's like Pebble Beach ready. Like, this isn't that channel. I'm talking about ZR1s that are outside racing. And you bring up cars that are one-off machines. I don't care. How's the ZR1 Turbo Kit coming along? So, Senior has been in England the whole week. He's visiting his daughter. He's going out over there and had a kid recently, so Senior and Cheryl are in England. They're going to be coming back next week, and that's when Ryan is going to get after it. He'd already cut the flanges. We got the intercooler. We got the turbos. We got the flanges. We got the wastegates. We got the blow-off valve. It's piping time, so pipe up, and we'll see what happens with that. Pegasus is Turvey's next project. It's coming, David Warden. My Russian mail-order bride got lost in shipping around COVID, probably died in the crate. I tried to import a Colombian chick, and she started getting like sideways, and I'm like, yo, you need to shut up. You know the opportunity I'm giving you? I am giving you the opportunity to come to the United States, and all you got to do is suck the bitch off for 6 months. And she started getting like she wanted rights and shit. Nah, we're good. See you later. You can stay your ass in Colombia. He can't race. It's not fully charged. Cat delete on the S550. What's the best way? Delete him. Cut him. Hacksaw. Headers. What's the best way of... Mr. and I don't know what the fuck your name is. Google it. How to do a cat delete on an S550. My God. Is the 2UR... Okay. Alfredo Diaz says, it's the 2UR50 V8 with the VVTi. There's actually virtually zero aftermarket. Not really relevant. Gotcha. Lund went to visit the royal family. Confirmed. Do you think Chevy will actually drop the CX? Or is it just wishful thinking? I don't care. I'm talking about the ZR1 and the ZR1X. No one has seen what the ZR1X can do on the street yet. I don't know if they've even started delivering ZR1Xs. So when I see a ZR1X launch on the street with the E-Ray drivetrain, and wouldn't you know it, guys? I wonder. So I've been talking about the E-Ray for how long, guys? Put on the chat how long I've been talking about the E-Ray and how wonderful it is. Go ahead, put it on the chat so that I don't say in a leading way. But I have been talking about that E-Ray for a minute. And all of a sudden, now people are like, you know what? I might look into the E-Ray. Really? All of a sudden you're gonna start looking into the E-Ray. All of a sudden. Fuck out of here. You know what though? You know what's a cool car? Bigfoot. God damn it. You know, when I see Bigfoot, I'm like, wow. All-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, just unreal. I'm like, wow. You know, I'd love to get into this. Man. Great. I would just, this is just amazing.
Rice gets 12 points. We're going to check.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, dude, I mean, dude, look at the four-wheel steering. Look at the articulation. I can't wait to get into a monster truck.
Hey, gets her crap.
Whoa, guys. Bro, and those have like sick big block alcohol V8s. Yeah, oh my God. Whoa. Look at this. Oh my God, dude. You know what? Fuck Mustangs. I'm going to get into a monster truck. I'm going to get into a monster truck. Like 3 people understand what I'm doing. Stupid. I've been talking about the E-Ray for 3 damn years. And all of a sudden people, you know what's a good car? Did you guys know that this E-Ray is around? This all-wheel drive car that runs 10s? Hybrid? Before it came out. Years. Day 1 E-Ray supporter. 18 months. 2020. Back-to-back pulls with a Whipple. We'll delete them real fast. Stag mode gay. Oh my God, what's happening? FKA. Yeah, exactly. Many moons. PD Magnuson E-Ray for the motherfucking win. If I had a Magnuson E-Ray pump gas 9-second street car, drive from here to California and back. Stop it. I don't know what you're talking about. We would never do deletes, officer. Just resonators. Why? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, Joe Swish? You're weird. Gravedigger's better than Bigfoot. I see what you did there. True, Alex. Some no tard on TikTok has been saying that now about the E-Ray. All of a sudden, TikTokers, now that the GTD lore is over, now that you saw that the ZR1 and the ZR1X are better and cheaper, you could buy a ZR1 and a Z06 less than you can buy a GTD for. Now people are going to be like, let's see what else is around. Hey, did you guys know there's a $100,000 E-Ray out there? Some for 90? And it's quicker than the Z06? Whoa! So stupid. That's a badass Dolphin. What's your Nürburgring time? Right. But oh my God. You called out dual overhead cam Corvette before it was a thing, right? Okay. I got to find that video, guys. There was a video of YOLO douchebag. I'm going to my, what's happening here? Let me see. Someone talking. No. Okay. Let me go to my Alex Flores page on Facebook, which I have like 130,000 people. I'm going to go to my page. I'm going to click on videos, and I'm going to go find the Corvette one. And that one was like years, I mean, so many years ago. And if you guys can find it before me, send me a link. But it was so many years ago. I gotta go all the way back to the YOLO douchebag days, because I was working in Houston, and rumors started swirling in 2015 about a dual overhead cam Corvette potentially coming out. And I thought to myself, wouldn't that be amazing? Because back then LS, LT kind of ruled the roost. Everyone talked about LS, LT. But no one really talked about the potential up-and-coming dual overhead cam Corvette. Let me see. When the GM CEO, questions and common things NDMF says, to the Hard Parker throwback. Here we go. Here we go. I think I found it. Check it out.
What a day to talk some shit. Oh, Jesus. Guys gotta stop sneaking up on me. What's going on, guys? The YOLO douchebag here. So, YOLO douchebag, you guys should just
Is We Are Racing still in business?
call me Nostradamus. Why? Because I can fucking tell the future. Remember when I kept saying that Chevy pretty much copied the Ford V8 351 design with their LS? Oh, bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. And then everyone started, trying to bring up, fake facts about who did what first. Then Corvette announced they're going to go modular. Oh, sorry. Dual overhead cam. If you say modular around LS guys, they start talking to you about tooling. When all of a sudden now that term matters because the Corvette's gonna go dual overhead cam. I'll be amazed if the Corvette's gonna have wide bands in it. It might have wide bands in it now. Who knows? Who cares? All of a sudden it'll have twin independent variable cam timing.
Ooh.
Then you guys will be raving in about a year of the Ghost Cam tune. Could you imagine the Corvette going with just a tune? And you guys will be raving about it. You'll be raving about it, just like Coyote owners rave about it now, and you call them gay. And you guys will forget when all of a sudden you can get one of your EFI live buddies and go, hey, send me one of those Ghost Cam tunes. Damn, that sounds better than $1,000 cam option. Call me Nostradamus, motherfuckers. It's gonna happen.
YOLO douchebag out. Absolutely. One of the best things I have is the fact that I've saved all these things everywhere. This was January 4th, 2017. January 4th, on my birthday, 2017, I posted that it is 2025, motherfuckers. So, yeah, wait until tuning comes out for the Z06 and the ZR1, and some asshole is gonna be chopping, and they're gonna be like, Rumble idle tune. Don't call it the Ghost Cam because it has an old school rumble. Like, what will Chevy guys kill the Dolphins safely cam? Shut up. Yeah, dude, I was out of breath. When I would do YOLO douchebag stuff, the reason I stopped, I was out of breath every time I did it. Alex, been talking Boost District E-Race for years. Ford needs Alex as CEO to save them from the derps. Late Bulldog Catch replays. Year 1X out delivery yet. Those are 2026 models. On my first time deleting cats. Who are you, cop? Get out of here, Fed. Alex predicting the future is amazing. That was one of the more tamed YOLO videos, too. Alex is a time traveler. We could use a dusting off of YOLO, like YOLO arrives in the future and realizes he was right. That would be a funny clip. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Ghoul Cam. Casper Cam. No, it's not a Ghost Cam. And did you guys notice that every asshole that tunes S650s now offer a Ghost Cam tune? Offer it on Gen 1. Offer it on Gen 2. offer it on Gen 3. Why not? You all of a sudden can tune an S650, right? You all of a sudden can tune a Ghost Cam tune on it or put a Ghost Cam tune on it. Why not do it for your Gen 3 customers, your Gen 2 customers, and your Gen 1 customers? Why not? Answer that question. Don't wait for the translation. Texas Speed, Wraith Cam. Would you rather have a stock car that's fast or a shitbox that's super fast? This guy's trying to bring up conversation. I just want to know who was sneaking up on YOLO during all those videos. They're going to call it the heartbeat of America. F-Cam Corvette. Lewis, Stang GT. Alex, S550 drag car, Whipple, 19 PSI, 4 triple 285s build happening. We have a set of ID2000s discontinued, laying around, but getting offered a good deal on 1750 XDS. So ID2000s versus 1750 XDS, 1750 XDS at that power level. You'll have better idle characteristics. You don't need ID2000s. ID2000s is just a freaking hose, just throwing fuel in the combustion chamber. Alex, how do I wipe my butt? Nita, Alex, YOLO, Damas. Sure, they can get on it. Texas Speed, Stage 4 wireless cam package. They must have offered my dad that cam because he ghost tuned the fuck out of my childhood. The map says they're bringing all the shitty tuners out. That's the other thing. What is indexing the Whipple calibration going to do? All of a sudden, everybody can tune. Remember California guys had fast Whipple cars and nothing else? I know tuners that you guys swear are great that I've seen them use the Whipple base calibration for turbo stuff. They just changed the throttle data. They used the whole Whipple calibration for turbo stuff. That's your tuner. That's your favorite tuner. That's the guy you rep. That's the guy you buy stickers from. Congratulations. And then S650. Whoa, flex, ghost cam, this and that. Why didn't you do it for Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 1? Gen 1, they wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I guarantee there are tuners that are breathing a sigh of relief and they're like, thank God, now I can stop tuning Gen 1s. Why? It actually requires you to know stuff. It actually requires you to understand what's happening in an engine. Whereas Gen 2 is a little easier. Gen 3, complicated some stuff. But once you got vetted files, it was easy. And S650 in comparison, at low power, say 800 and under, is cake shit. 1,000 and up is where the sauce comes in and the separation happens when it comes to the transmission tuning. All those Facebook tuners need to give credit to Junior for all their tunes since he does indexing for all those Facebook tuners need to credit Junior for all their tunes. Since he does the indexing, they credit Eric for. I wouldn't say it that far, but let's just say Junior has an integral place in the indexing of certain parameters to make tuning better for everybody. Yes, because he has the time and the talent to do so. Hey guys, remember you need one catch can on the passenger side via BJ Blow My Ass. BJ McCarty is a nice guy. He's not a tuner. Sorry, you're not a tuner. I'm saying it because I've seen it. Not a tuner. Nice guy, good representative, talks to you nonstop. When it comes to tuning and knowing what you're doing, he's not the guy. I'm late to the show. What's up, good people? Says Stang-a-lang. That Whipple tune turbo truck, that was Cletus F-150, right? No. We let's just say files make their way to us. And we're like, that's a Whipple calibration. Because this is what you do on HP tuners, right? You open a compare file. So let's say you have a turbo truck that you're like having issues with and someone sends you the HPT file. Like they have the HPT file. They got it from their tuner didn't lock it. They send it to us and we're like, okay, what's going on? Do a compare. Boy, this looks familiar. Because there's certain key things that you're like, this looks familiar. And then you're like, holy shit, there's only two differences. And it's like the throttle calibration and the injector data. Alex, have you seen the BPC 1000 fuel pump controller box for injector dynamics? Any thoughts? Nope, nothing on it. Imagine being in Florida and going to ML for a tune. Insane how important is fitness for driving fast. Well, I think more for road racing. Drag racing, there's a reason why most drag racers are fat fucks. There's nothing. The hardest part about being a drag racer is dealing with the heat in a suit at a drag track. But when you are racing around a circuit, Like, I saw the Misha Sharadine video of him racing a Civic. I'll be honest with you, that was awesome. Misha's video of him driving we'll show it. Hope he doesn't copyright me. But him driving the Corvette, Misha. Oh, sorry. The Civic was fantastic. And I'm not a Civic fan, but he was working. And you know what? He was behind this Porsche GT3 RS, and that's when he got up on the wheel, and that was so much fun to watch. Let's see, right here. So we'll watch it for a couple seconds. I don't want to take up too much because he'll copyright my shit. But he's got a Civic, right-hand drive, shifting the shit out of it. Holy shit.
Yeah, never leave.
Oh, get it, brother. Get that GT3 RS right in front of you. Look at that. He's up in them guts, bro. Hell yeah. I highly recommend you watch that whole video. It was literally fun to watch. He was excited. He's like, I got an arm pump because that car had no power steering, and it has crazy torque steer issues, and it's turbo, and it awesome. Just an awesome video. If you want to see a true craftsman at what he does best. And you could see it was hard work. He's like, I got an arm pump at the end of that. 7 minutes of sawing, shifting, adrenaline, and the car wasn't crazy fast, but it looked fun as hell. So someone that is fat as shit probably could not do what he can do. That was badass. Go check out that video. I highly urge you guys to watch that video. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Today we talked about the Whipple calibration finally being indexed by HP tuners. Now everyone is going to be able to tune. Oh, tuners coming out of the woodwork. 29 new tuners coming out tomorrow. Oh, naming Ghost Cam tunes different things and blah, blah, blah. But rest assured, Lund is here for you. When you really want to go fast, or you want the best quality possible, or you want the best turnaround times, reply times, best customer service, best calibrations around, and you can get a hold of me and you can, try to be my friend on the ticket system. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. It's here, and the next thing will probably be Roush tunes be indexed, so the twin inlet can be indexed and aftermarket tuned. Then Roush truck and Whipple truck, and I think that motherfucker is gonna be the bee's knees. The big separation is gonna happen once truck stuff gets indexed. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with me for an hour and a half where we talk some shit. Congratulations to the winner of the t-shirt, saying the Defiant was the first production Starship with a cloaking device. And we'll get back after it on Thursday. Talk some shit on Thursday. Hang out, talk some shit, and do the thing like we always do every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Have a good rest of your night, guys. I'll see you guys Thursday. Bye.